Okay, good morning. And hopefully, for those who couldn't hear us on the live, I said my introduction. And we have Cathy SitaRam in studio with us. She is owner of SitaRam Films. And we are going to be discussing her new film. The film is called Gods of the Universe. And we're going to be also playing her theme song, the theme song for the film called I Am. It's going to be played or viewed, shown at the Literary Festival. We're going to get more into that. Good morning and welcome to you, Cathy May. How are you?
Good morning, Ms. Nykole. It's so exciting to be here because can I tell
Yeah,
you?
sure.
Oh, I
Definitely.
know Nykole since like she was a little girl, like 9 or 10 years old,
Yeah.
and she always wanted to do this work. You never told Nykole, but your dad told me.
Oh,
Your dad had, because that was the field I was in.
right.
And your dad said, my daughter really loves what you do and she wants to do a lot of that sort of work. And I'm here earlier in the studio and you are your own engineer. Mr. Williams, they're back up.
Yes.
Making sure that everything is on par to make things happen smooth. But so impressed with you, how you've managed your career. And
Thank
you've blossomed
you.
into this extraordinarily powerful
Oh,
young woman.
well, I appreciate you. And you were always the blueprint and the inspiration. So thank you so much. And she's still beautiful as ever. As I mentioned, if you don't know her, if you see her on camera, you could come on I'm Making It Happen on Facebook. She's still beautiful. She was Miss Virgin Islands. What year?
Oh gosh, 1992, 93. Yeah.
And then you went on to was it Sri Lanka or Philippines to
Yes,
compete
Miss
for
World and Miss Universe. Yeah, Thailand.
Thailand.
Miss
Yes.
World in Spain and London, and Miss Universe in Thailand. Yeah,
Oh
and
wow.
the girls and I keep in touch even
Oh
now.
wow.
Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, so that was always inspiring. And I remember that I used to go to your shows and somebody would pick me up and they would say, I was like, where am I going? And they're like, well, you're going to a show. I was coming to Cathy May's, performance or something she was doing. I can't remember at Island Center when Island Center was like amazing. And they would be like, okay, we got to get you a new outfit and got to get your hair done. And then I'm in the front row seeing her do something, host or something at, Island Center or wherever it was. So yeah, that was always exciting. And I guess that was also the inspiration of things that I'm doing now.
Well, look, if I inspired this, then I did something good in my life. So
Definitely. Definitely. It all is the combination. And she was at BT. I mean, I remember seeing her on BT. So you guys, if you see her come in the studio and live on Facebook, you will probably remember her by face. But Cathy SitaRam, she used to be on before anybody was on BT that I knew personally. It was Cathy SitaRam. Thank you for being on the show today. And she has evolved. She's done commercials. She started her own production company, traveled the world, and now you have this song. I mean, this film. And so we're going to get into the vision of it. But as I mentioned, she is the visionary producer, storyteller, and creative force behind SitaRam Studios. And she has the project that sounds she's the creator of the film Gods of the Universe, which is a project that sounds as expansive as it is intentional, and the producer behind the inspiring I Am theme song, which speaks to identity, purpose, and self-declaration. And if you've ever wondered how creativity connects with spirituality or how storytelling can elevate consciousness, then stay right where you are for this conversation. And so we're going to get into how it was all created. Take us back. What inspired you to create the film Gods of the Universe?
At the time I was in Trinidad because I was thrust into Trinidad due to a situation where my mom passed and had to deal with probate, etc. Thing like that. And I was trying to also do my own work because I was working with my mother's family's company, but I also wanted to keep doing what I do, which is filmmaking. And there was a grant that was being offered by the Trinidad and Tobago Film Company, and you had to submit a grant proposal for a children's program. And I submitted a couple of things, and they're like, no, that doesn't work. And then I had a dream. I dreamt this thing. This thing came to me as a dream, where the dream was 2 aliens came to Earth looking for the most advanced humans because they needed to train these humans to save the world from some cataclysm. And I said, wow, I said, now I have to actually make this dream, this surreal dream, a reality. And that took years to do. I wrote the script, and 19, 20 scripts later, I rewrote the script about 19, 20 times with the support of the Trinidad and Tobago Film Company, because I did win the grant. So they were on board to support the film and make sure that it happened. And they gave me notes, script notes, and it really ended up being beyond what I had even imagined. And now we did finish the film, and we took it to film festivals, and it's won over 20 awards.
Oh, wow.
Festivals. Yeah, and so it's really proven itself. So we're very excited now to actually show it here in St. Croix for the first time at UVI.
Awesome. Congratulations. All right, so that's amazing. So congratulations to you on that, and the support from the Trinidad and Tobago Film Company. The name alone is powerful. What does Gods of the Universe represent? How did you come up with that?
That's great questions. You know, I didn't know what to name it at first. At first, the name was Super Sensei, because the entities, the aliens, are like teachers, and sensei means teacher. And so it was first called Super Sensei, you know, because it was kind of targeted to kids. And then nobody liked Super Sensei but me. So everyone is like, oh, that's a horrible name. So I don't know, I just thought, and then it came to me, Gods of the Universe, Rise of the Star Child. And everybody liked that. So we went and did it.
Okay. Well, that's a very interesting and unique name, Gods of the Universe.
I know it's very bold, you know, I mean, it's like, wow.
Rise of the Star Child.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you tell us give us a description of the film?
Okay, so it's two aliens have come to Earth to look for the most advanced humans and find the most advanced humans in two orphan children who are considered not so perfect. They're cut-ups, they're troublemakers, they're also autistic. But to the point of view of the alien, these children are perfect. And now the challenge is to get these children to understand that the aliens that have come to help them are actually not going to hurt them, and to get the children on board for the training. So that's what the film is about, the training of these children. And what we're showing on Saturday is the proof of concept film, which is a 20-minute version of the film. And I've also extrapolated that 20-minute version of the film into a 2-hour film that I actually wrote the script for. I actually did it here. I come to St. Croix to write because St. Croix gives me that
inspiration. Yeah,
is the piece that I get here. I write like crazy. My goodness, it just flows. So I came here, and I had done the outlines for the script many times over, and I came here to flesh it out. And I fleshed out the 2-hour version of the movie. So we have the 20-minute that we're showing, and then we also have the 2-hour script that is attached to that. So now we're raising funds to do the 2-hour version of the film. Yeah, so we're going after Marvel and all that. This is
wow.
Level film, yeah.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing that. And and being in it. So just a plug. And so so that sounds amazing. So 20 minutes. So where is it going to be showing?
Okay, so it's showing the 20-minute proof of concept short film is showing at UVI at the UVI Lit Fest this weekend. That runs from, I think tomorrow night is the opening at Government House, and then it starts after that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And my film is showing at 12 o'clock at the RT Park at UVI. 12
p.m. at the RT Park on Saturday.
On Saturday. And you can go to, I think it's VILitfest.com. And you can get tickets.
Oh, you have to get a ticket.
Yeah, you have to get tickets. I think it's $20 for the ticket.
VILitFest.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or is it UVILitFest.com?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sure if you Google it,
Mm-hmm.
you'll find it. So it's a literary festival. It's happening starting today, you said?
Tomorrow night
Tomorrow?
it launches at the Government House in the night, and then formally starts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Starts on Friday. Yeah.
Okay. And you can see the proof of concept, 20 minutes, showing of the 2-hour script. That's going to be a Marvel movie. So make sure you you were there before. It's happening on Saturday at the RT Park, starting at 12 p.m.
Yes. And you could also see the trailer for the film, but you could actually play the trailer if you like here.
I can play the audio.
The audio for the song.
Yeah.
But the trailer is also online at SitaRamStudios.net. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want them to hear it instead of seeing it?
Hear the trailer.
Okay. So we'll take a break in a second so I could get that queued up.
Or you have it queued up for the song.
I have the song.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Song.
Okay, great. Wonderful. All right. So that was a segue. I was going to have that played a little bit later,
okay.
But let's see. All right. So let's play that song.
Yes.
And experience the energy behind the message.
Well, let me set it up for you.
Okay, great.
Okay, so the song, I was at an Airbnb and I was writing during the time I was editing. I edit too, so I edited this film, and when I was editing it, I needed to get audio for it, music. And at the Airbnb, there was this guy who says, "Oh man, I could do a rap song," and I said, "Oh, you rap?" So I let him see the movie, the 20-minute movie that I was working on, and he says, "Oh, okay," and he looked at it, and I talked to him about the song, about the movie, and he said, "Well, I can do something with that." And he said, "Well, give me a beat." And so I selected a beat, and I said, "Well, write a rap song to this." He has now passed. His name is Sampai. He passed recently, a couple months back, but he left us this beautiful rap song called "I Am," and he was able to capture every bit of essence of the movie in this song.
Okay, and it's called "I Am."
Mission Control, we have an emergence of an unforeseen problem.
From the city of hyacinth, I arose with more power than Leviathan. I ascend is something very special in my DNA, and the goddess Compeller told me to lead the way.
You can do the thing that cannot be done. You can do the thing that cannot be done.
I can remember in one of my past lives they came from afar. They traveled from a very distant star, from the 7th super universe, out of the great void to help Earth avoid being destroyed. I can remember in one of my past lives I trained to be a leader in this galaxy. What I needed was inside of me. Earth, follow my hand. I'm the future. I'm mind mapping the planet inside another solar system. I can visualize it, manifesting the outcome that I want. I've been doing this for eons. Yeah, I can affect change and make a difference. Limitless, relentless, fearless tenacity and light speed. Sacred mathematics and science clash. They said I made an F, but I'm way above science class. They said I was a victim of ADD, a sign that I'm higher than the basic species. I'm shouting out to Orion and Sirius B. I am a better man, cause the things that they taught, it was a better plan. The things that I know, I have a stronger mind. Can't take all the credit, it was the God's design.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That was amazing. I love the song.
It's
very powerful.
Very powerful, and it really tells.
It says you can.
Yes, it's
do what you think you can.
I don't care what the hurdle is. We can make it over. It's really motivational. And it's really targeted to families and especially young people who might be having trouble. As you're growing up, we all had hurdles to go through, and this is my little bit to help you get over that hurdle. Because times when I've had experienced difficulties, I actually went to the song, and the song has something in it that is very special, that allows you to rise above.
Well, I have a positive playlist, so I'm definitely going to look for it. If it's on iTunes, Is it?
Okay.
And I'm gonna add it
Well,
too.
yeah, it's on the website, sitramstudios.net.
Okay.
It's on YouTube.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
definitely download it and add it to my playlist because I always love positive, positive music. Help me get through, keep it motivated.
Making it happen.
Definitely continue to make it happen. All right. So again, if you're just tuning in, we have Cathy SitaRam in studio. She is owner of SitaRam Studios. She was a former Miss Virgin Islands, and she went on to BET. And I didn't mention I was at BET when I was in college. And so she went on to BET. She was the first person I knew locally that was made it that far. And seeing her on TV and different things she was doing when I was growing up was definitely inspiring. And she's gone on to win awards for commercials as well. I did help you remember, you probably don't remember, but I did you did a commercial, and I went to St. Thomas with you when I first came home.
Okay.
And she won an award for that, producing some commercial.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was, but you did a shoot in St. Thomas. You did some shoots on St. Croix. And also,
Stop the bleeding?
no, but it was different. It was before then. It's when I first came back. And so she's done a lot of things in production and producing since then. And now she's here on St. Croix, revealing her 20-minute proof of concept film on Saturday at the RT Park starting at 12 o'clock. So you can get your tickets. Look for, I think it's either USVI Lit Fest or something. Google it and you'll find the website.
UVILitfest.com.
UVILitfest.com. Okay, you can go there and purchase your tickets to be able to see this proof of concept, which is 20 minutes, but it's going to be turned into a 2-hour film that will be a Marvel Studios movie.
Yes,
all right.
We are speaking that into existence.
Definitely.
Everybody know that hasn't happened yet. She's just speaking it.
Of course, it will.
Well, thank you so much.
It will. You said it, and so it will. And I'm behind that. And so yes, so this is Cathy SitaRam. So make sure to go and check out the film, Gods of the Universe.
Oh, please play the trailer if you can.
All right, so I'm gonna take a break. When we get back, I will see about queuing up the trailer. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break. All right, so welcome back. You listen to I'm Making It Happen with Nykole Tyson. And so before the break, we have Cathy SitaRam in studio with us, and we are talking about her film, Gods of the Universe, going to be showing this Saturday at the Lit Fest at the RT Park. So make sure you go to the website.
Yeah, UVILitfest.com.
Okay, great. To get your tickets, it starts showing at 12 o'clock, all right? So now we're going to play, before we close out, we're going to play the official trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So
For the movie Gods of the Universe, Rise of the Star Child.
Story begins when the moon, the red planet, charges towards Earth as prophesied in ancient scripts.
Mission Control, we have an emergence of an unforeseen problem.
Far away they came, from the Great Void to our own Milky Way galaxy.
There she is, the blue planet. It is the most beautiful of them all, a living library. Every species in the cosmos is represented there.
It is time humans learn the truth about how powerful they are. Humans possess unique qualities that we can benefit from. And if we find the advanced star seeds, they can help humans progress more rapidly.
Your mission, my beloved senses, find a way to quickly evolve this troubled planet. Or just let it be destroyed.
What'd you say?
I never get tired of seeing that.
That's amazing. Again, so that's even more incentive. That was powerful, and we try to show it online here, but you can also go search for it on YouTube. All right. So Gods of the Universe, Cathy SitaRam is a director, producer, and this has already been shown many places. She's won 20 film festivals. All right. So you want to definitely see it. Make sure you go to this Saturday, Gods of the Universe Rise of the Star Child. It's going to be showing at the RT Park. Go to
uvilitfest.com
to get your ticket.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you. So thank you. So this is Cathy May again. Make sure to go check out Gods of the Universe this weekend, Saturday. And this is our very own homegrown. She was Miss Virgin Islands. Beautiful. She went on to England to
Channel 8.
Oh, even on Channel 8. Okay. You was on then definitely you would know her. She was on Channel 8 afterwards. And then many other things, she's been doing coming back and forth. So appreciate that you're going to be showing the film here on St. Croix.
Big up to Nykole. Just so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
To
Thank
see how
you.
you've grown, and it's just amazing. You should see how she walk in this thing. This room is so she bought in here. She's her own engineer. She got like a 3-camera setup all on her own. She's doing everything. Camera, radio. She bought.
Thank you so much. They don't see what's happening, and then when they hear dead ear and stuff, it's a lot. So I really appreciate you recognizing that, and I always appreciate your support. I told you that beyond words. I just spoke about you this morning, and so she is, and always there. He said right, always on time. So with the right words. So I appreciate you, and the space that you hold. So it's always been there. Thank you. And so again, Cathy May SitaRam, make sure to go to our go to uvilitfest.com, get your tickets to watch the viewing of her 20-minute concept that's going to be turned into a 2-hour Marvel Studios movie. All right, be there and be able to say you were there before, right? And support. Don't support afterwards. Want to see before. So that's at the RT Park this weekend. What if they just show up? Can they just show up and they have the money? Okay.
I don't know what happened, but you got to get in.
Okay, great.
Just show up. Just come along.
Yeah, because there's some people that might not be able to go online, but just show up, and and you'll be able to also view. But it's $20.
Yes.
Okay, it's $20 to enter. All right. All right, great. So thank you so much, Cathy May, for being with us today. You're welcome to stay.
Thank you
want
for
to.
inviting me.
Yes, definitely.
Such an honor to be in your presence, Nykole.
Likewise. That means a lot coming from you. So for the creatives listening right now who feel called to create something bigger than themselves, what would you tell them?
Oh my gosh, I think you just said it. If you feel led to create something bigger than yourself, do it, because that's what we're here for. This is way bigger than I could have ever imagined. And it has become, I understand, the purpose of my life. My life purpose was not to be a beauty queen, not to be an anchor, it was to write and produce films that could enrich the human spirit. And in fact, when I was running for Miss Virgin Islands, they asked the question, what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do? And I answered that. But it took me, how many years? 30 years to get here. So this is a very special film for me, because it represents what I was put here to do, to help others. And in essence, I think that's what we're all here for, to help each other.
That is true. Very profound. Thank you for that. And one of my last questions is, how do you push past the fear or doubt when working on something this bold and big?
The bold bigness vision, actually, it's circular, meaning that the vision is so bold that when I get on my weakness, the times of doubt, I go back to the vision that's bold, and it helps me to move forward, to push the vision that is bigger than me. Then I push the vision, then I get a little scared as we move forward. So it's sort of a wave that keeps escalating higher and higher. I go back to the source. And the source, a lot of us have so many different religions and everything, but at the end of the day, it's one source. And I'm dipping from that source that's everlasting encouragement and love.
Awesome.
Source is love.
Tell us your website.
SitaRamstudios.net.
Okay, so you can find out about the movie and everything on there as well. It connects you to all of the theme song, the official trailer, and more. Okay, and also for individuals that might want to invest, don't know how to connect you with you there. because you are raising for money, right? Raising money, right? Okay, great. All right, and so we're gonna transition. You don't have to go, but I did want to talk about the trip in a short period of time that I have here in Nigeria. I'm gonna have another session, to talk about it more in detailed. But for those who was tuned in the couple of weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I mentioned I was in Nigeria. I was going to Abuja, Nigeria. Now, yeah, talking about fear, boldness, and doubts, there was a lot of that, but definitely was continuing to move forward. I thank the Nigerian company Aquarian Consult, as well as the St. Kitts Nevis government for that invitation. And it was a great experience. I want to mention that it was a charter flight from St. Kitts that went direct to Abuja. And I'm getting a call from somebody in Nigeria right now. So I have new friends. But it was a direct flight from St. Kitts to Abuja, Nigeria. It was about 9 hours. And then coming back, it was about 10 hours coming back. It was the first commercial flight to leave the Caribbean with dignitaries and officials and just business people and creatives all in that one flight to go to Africa. And to talk about proof of concept, it was later revealed, because I wasn't sure what I was going to. I know I was going to a conference and to be able to cover it and present it to the Caribbean, because a lot of people don't know about my show plays throughout the Caribbean, 19 countries, 5 states, and Canada. And so I was brought to get that shared in those different places. And so I learned while I was there that there was a proof of concept. And the proof of concept was basically to show that people from the Caribbean want to venture to the continent. And so it was amazing. Just a little bit of tidbit, some things that I pulled from being there. I got emotional while I was there, was not expecting that. But it was evident at the conference. It was the Aquarian Consult Afri-Caribbean Investment Summit. And the focus was about the trades, helping us get connected, Africa and the Caribbean getting connected. And there's now resources for creatives and different things like that to combine our resources and interest and things like that. And so there was contract signed between different islands and Nigeria there. So it wasn't just talk. So they're really working to connect with the Caribbean, and they don't consider us as the Caribbean. Many times they say our African islands. Oh, our African islands, right? And I will get into that another time. And then also another thing that touched me is that they have the conversation about the slave trade a lot over there. It was evident, and it kept coming up in conversations or in the different speeches that came up from those, of course, from the Caribbean that was there, but also from those Nigerians or Africans, because we have people who came in from Liberia. An ambassador to Liberia, from Liberia to Nigeria was there. He spoke on it. He mentioned Edward Blyden from St. Thomas as instrumental in their country. And then individuals from, Nigeria itself, and they flew in from different places. They all spoke about how they wanted to connect with their African islands and how they want to correct the narrative. So I'm not going to go into the narrative that has been shared many times of how we got to our destinations from Africa. I'm not going to get into that right now, but they're really upset about certain things, and that they also are affected, because they said, people were stolen from Africa, and then they were stolen from them. So they felt lost there, right? From those that was taken from Africa. So say they came home, and their family, from their members, their husbands, their wife, the children, whomever was taken, not knowing where they went. And so that was a void there. And then also getting emotional again, because when they were talking about it, it was always so passionate. And then, for those not knowing where they went. And so now they want to connect. They wanted to connect. But if the issue of connection was, the connectivity was, how do you get to Africa? There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of this. And maybe it's by design, right? Because there's no fear to go to Europe. There's no fear to go other places of the world usually. But there's huge fear. Many times people think about going to Africa. And I can say when I was getting ready to go, I had so many people telling me, be safe, make sure this. And I was like, look, I was scared. I prayed about it. I said, you know, Jehovah, you don't have to take care of me, and I'm going to do this. And as many people know where I was going, and let you guys know. And but yeah, it was great. St. Kitts Nevis and the Korean Consult were great hosts, and so we were very much taken care of there. And I do want to share more about the the events, as well as, you know, what I saw in Nigeria at another time. I have about 6 minutes, but I just wanted to share that it was a great experience in Abuja, Nigeria. Also, what I learned is that we are Africans. We want to say that we're unique. We are not unique. So you think, oh, I'm a Caribbean. No, we are just Africans in the Caribbean. And we have held true to our culture, because over there I saw no difference, except that they like such spicy pepper food. I couldn't handle it. But other than that, like here you like spice, but over there just another dimension of spice. But yeah, the way that we cook. The people over there, many times I saw people that looked like somebody I knew. When I landed, they thought I was Nigerian, from the Yoruba tribe, and they couldn't believe that I had never been to Nigeria before. Also just the way of being. I saw one guy walking. He was a bartender in my hotel, and he was walking away. And I just, observed him walking away. And he had swag, he was bopping. You know how we bop our guys? I felt like, oh my God, reminds me of my guys at home with their swag, and they don't even know it. Just how he was walking, he was bopping. Imagine, he had never even heard of my island of St. Croix, not even heard of St. Kitts or any other island. And he had that way of walk, just the mannerisms, the good morning, the welcoming, all of that. We think that's unique to us. It is not. Even the trees over there, they have bougainvilleas, they have the neem tree, they have, mangoes galore. It was just amazing to see the similarities that they have. And I left there realizing like, I'm just African, and the Caribbean, we have upheld the culture a lot. And it's so wild how all these years that we have continued these customs and ways of being and not even realizing it. They had drummers come from St. Kitts, and even the Nigerians and the other Africans, they couldn't tell it wasn't their drummers. They felt it was their music. Where did we get that from? All right. And so they want to connect with the African, they call it diaspora, which is what we are part of. And so I'll continue to give that information. I have some guests coming up in the next couple of weeks, so we'll have to connect again on this conversation on one of my other shows. But I will be putting it on my TV show and getting it out throughout the Caribbean on other outlets. But it was great. There was CNN there. It was Africa 24 there. And then there was NT Media. All right. And so that was wild. So I do appreciate the opportunity from the Korean Consult, it's the African company, as well as the St. Kitts and Nevis government. And I thank everybody that held me in their prayers and had, was looking out for me, sending me messages. And I definitely have to say thank you to the Department of Health, specifically Ty Hunt and the nurses at the department, Ty Hunt Caesar, at the Department of Health. I also, Esther Ellis, I made calls to not get the yellow fever vaccine, and they got it flown over from St. Thomas. There was none on St. Croix, and they got it here to St. Croix. I also do want to, even though I wasn't able to get it at Neighborhood Pharmacy, Keisha Christian was very instrumental, to just walk me through some things. But Department of Health definitely made it happen. And the nurses there across here in Sunny Isles, Carib Center, the name, I'll have to say her name the next time on my show. But they were so sweet. They held my hand taking the shot. I'm such a baby when I take shots, and they saw it. Good thing nobody recorded it. But yeah, they got the shot, and it was because the Department of Health made that happen. There was none on St. Croix, and they got it over to flown over from St. Thomas to St. Croix so that I could get that vaccine before I left for the trip. So thanks so much. We will talk again next week from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And I will definitely have some guests, so make sure to stay tuned. Make sure if you don't follow me on the different platforms, please do. I will be sharing a lot of the videos and photos of the trip. I didn't have good connectivity in Nigeria at all. talk about power outages. You think it's bad over here? Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But I had to take my flashlight, so I had my flashlight and I used it a couple times, and but it was always safe over there. Thank you for the entities that brought me there. What else? So the next time, on the social media platforms, I will be sharing a lot. So make sure to find me at I'm Making It Happen on Facebook. I'm Making It Happen. Are you on Instagram? Those are the major platforms that will be sharing the videos a lot more than what would be shown on TV, and I can express here on the show, but I just can't express it. It's just so much. It's so much. It was transformational, definitely transformational to be able to be in that. I get emotional about it, and now I talk to my Nigerian friends every single day, every day.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How does it change your perspective on you having made that trip? How do you see yourself differently now since you've been home?
That's a great question. I feel at peace. We talked about a peace, having peace and feeling the peace that you didn't know you had a peace to feel, right? And so it was like I told you, I got emotional because I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I needed this conversation. That I didn't know they cared about us. They thought about us. I never thought about that aspect of their thoughts, their feelings in Africa, of those who were stolen. That they really want to connect. Like I never cared or thought about that was of something of need. So I feel like a piece was filled that I didn't even know a piece needed to be filled. I feel more connected. I feel more, I've always been like a confidence-centered person. I feel more centered and confident in who I am. And that when I went to college, and I mentioned this just briefly once, that I had an identity crisis in college one time because the African-American children didn't consider me African-American. And then the Caribbean student at my school didn't consider me Caribbean, right? Because my island is owned by the US. So they didn't want me to be in the international club. So I was between a rock and a hard place of who am I? I wanted to be in the international club. They wouldn't allow. This girl was fighting for me not to be in this club. And then African-American students didn't consider me American. So what am I? Am I Caribbean? Am I American? And I realized, you know what? I use another word. And I said, forget that. I said, you know what? I am who I say I am. And I am, where was I born? I was born in the Caribbean. What is my descent? I'm of African descent. And what is my nationality? I am an American, so I'm a US. So I've always put now as a, when they say, what is your identity or what's your ethnicity? I always check other, and I put Caribbean, African, American. I say that to say is that now I realize I'm just African. And so I might have to change that now, right? So that's where I see myself as I kind of like solidified for myself that, yeah, this is what I am, and that we need to embrace it. And a lot of times we say, oh, we're Caribbean with this. No, we're Africans. And we really need to look into that and see how we so much was divided, how it divided us so much of this slave trade and things. And even when I was in Africa, when I was in Nigeria, I'll put it up on my show. We have to close in a second. But I put on my show, the girl that I had a FA, she's from Nigeria. She said, oh, when the slaves, the point of no return, when the slaves were taken. And I said, no. You see, you shake your head. I said, no, they weren't slaves. She said, yeah, they were. And then she looked at me and she says, and I have it on film, on my phone video. She says, oh my God, they weren't slaves. They were Africans that were stolen. And so even that changing of how we speak. And I always say when people say, oh, slaves, no, they weren't slaves. They were enslaved. All right. And so it just kind of solidified in me the thoughts that I've had, and just made me more like, as somebody yesterday told me, you look like you're rested. Like you're so rested. And I said, really? Because I've been so like on the go. But I said, I feel like I've had a lot of stuff happen.
Some place to put your roots.
Mm-hmm.
But your roots, emotional roots, are grounded now.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a big difference in a human being.
So it's wild. I can't even explain. I just say it's transformational. I feel a difference. And like I said, this morning I got a call at 2 a.m. and I had to answer and say, it's 2 o'clock in the morning here. And they were calling me from Nigeria. And they were like, oh, shucks. I was like, you're 5 hours ahead. So, so yeah, we're still in communication. And it's just amazing. When I look at them, I'm going to do business with do some work with some of them and incorporate them some of the things I'm doing. And I look at them, I did video calls the other day. And I was just looking at them and like, they look like my guys here on the island. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. I would love to have another conversation. I'll have you on the show and you can ask me questions about it. All right. Great. So thanks so much, Cathy May. So that was Cathy May. Again, make sure you go watch her go on this Saturday at the RT Park to see Gods of the Universe, 20-minute concept of a 2-hour Marvel Studio show in the making. So just go to UVILitFest.com. You could order a ticket or just show up and, make sure you pack that house. All right. To see Gods of the Universe.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming. And we thank you all for tuning in today on the I'm Making It Happen show with Exceptioneers Nykole Tyson. We'll be back again on next week, Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And as always, as I say, if you don't see something happening, create it. Be the change. And until next time, keep thinking outside the box, coloring outside the lines. And remember, it's about you, me, we. So make it happen.